Yeah, thank you, Jack. My name's Jose Ruiz. I'm a co-host of Bigger Than the Game with the Bigger Than the Game podcast with Jeremy Jose. Uh, you can reach us on Twitter X at Bigger Game Pod, also on Instagram at Bigger Game Pod, and on YouTube at Bigger Than the Game with Jeremy Jose. Yeah, I'm here to present Eric Allen, and it's an honor to do so here with everybody. So thank you for the opportunity. And again, Eric Allen, 1993 UPI Defensive Player of the Year. Rightfully so. That was one of the best years for any cornerback in the history of the NFL, in my opinion. Eric Allen made the Pro Bowl 6 years, 6 out of his first 8 years. He was a Pro Bowl. Um, he was selected for the Pro Bowl, excuse me. Three All Pros, one first team, two second team All Pros. In 1998, he played 10 games. He had 5 interceptions. If he plays a full season there, he probably is making another Pro Bowl there. And then 2000, he had 6 interceptions. Three of them went for touchdowns. Did not make the Pro Bowl that year. But again, he should have made the Pro Bowl that year as well. So I'm sitting back and kind of like thinking about how I want to do this, and I think about what I want in a cornerback, right, and what great cornerbacks are that are already in the Hall of Fame, what they do, and he definitely fit. He checked a lot of those boxes, and obviously you need to be a good cover corner to be a Hall of Famer, and he definitely checked that box. And he had 54 career interceptions. Um, Again, 8 of them for touchdowns. He's seven all time in interception returns for touchdowns. He's seventh all time, for the decade of the 90s in interceptions. And if you look at the guys that are ahead of him, out of those seven, four of those are Hall of Famers. You look at Rob Woodson, Aeneas Williams, Deion Sanders, and Leroy Butler. And again, even those names that you're hearing there, like Deion and Aeneas Williams and Rob Woodson, are a big reason why he doesn't have more APR pros. He's a quintessential corner, good size, very physical cornerback, can play the bump and run, can cover really well. I just went over that. Can play the run, can play any type of system. He can play a man coverage, any zone system, anything you want. And that's what you want in the corner. You want versatility, and he can definitely provide that for you. Another thing I look at when I think about a cornerback is ball skills. And again, I just went over how many interceptions he had. 93, he returned 4 of those for interceptions. In 2000, he returned another 3 of those for interceptions. Again, he has his hand on the ball. It most likely was going to the house. And you don't think about Eric Allen as that type of cornerback. You think about Deion Sanders, Rod Woodson, those types of guys. Eric Allen can definitely hold his own with those guys. And you want to also look at, he's a great locker room guy, of course, and that's very, very important for me when it comes to a team player. Playoff, you want to show up in the big games, and those are my 3 criteria, right? Like, you have to be a good cover corner, you have to be, have the ability to play the run and be a physical guy as well. But he, 8 career playoff starts. He had 4 interceptions. In '92, he helped the Eagles win. They played in New Orleans, and he kind of sealed the game with it, like an 18-yard, pick six. And again, big moments. He played well. So if you look at his overall career, again, came in '88. Played. He started 16 games. He was also very durable. He played 16 games 12 times in his career. 2 other seasons he played 15 games, and again in '98, that was his only real season that he was hurt. I think he blew out his knee. He played 10 games there. So you look at all the guys he was going up against. In the '90s, you talk about some of the greatest corners of all time, some of the greatest players, and you're talking about Deion and Rob Woodson and Aeneas Williams, all those guys, and he held up his own against all those guys. So again, Eric Allen, you compare it to these guys that recently got in as well, the Ty Laws, the Rondé Barbers. I think Eric Allen also is one of those guys that can hold his own with any of those players. So again, thank you for this opportunity. That's my spiel on Eric Allen.